Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. It's Thursday, May 25th. Okay, news is out today that Stewart Rhodes and Kelly Meggs were sentenced. Kelly Meggs got 12 years of time and Stewart Rhodes got 18. Because these are federal guidelines, they have to serve 80% of their sentence before they are eligible for parole. So for Stewart Rhodes, for instance, 18 years times 12 is 180, 216 months total, and 80% of 216 is 176 or so. He's going to be in jail. He's going to be in prison for 14 to 15 years before he's eligible for parole. Now, he did not go quietly. He's screaming that he's a political prisoner and he wants Donald Trump to be elected. He didn't come flat out and say it, but so that he can get a pardon. So, I'm going to ask you a quick read on how Stewart and Kelly are feeling. And actually, you know what? I really don't care about Kelly. Do you care about Kelly? I don't care about Kelly. Let's just do on Stewart. We're going to focus on how Stewart's feeling right now, the overall situation with him. And then, then what was the lesson he's supposed to be learning while he spends his next 15 years in prison? Because I think there's a lesson for all of us in that, right? It's not just enough that, you got sent to prison. It's like, did you learn something? Because it's a really hard lesson that guy is going through right now. And, to sign up for that on your life path, there's got to be something big on there that he's supposed to learn and grow from. Okay, so how is Stewart Rhodes feeling right now? For entertainment purposes only. Oh, I'm sorry, we're 2 minutes in. I forgot my PSA. This is not a MAGA-friendly channel. If you think that Stewart Rhodes is a patriot and you get to hear a reading where he's basically, I'm going to tell you that he's not, and he was a fool, and you're going to get mad at that, just don't watch. I'm just going to trigger you. Just go. If you're curious, stick around. You'll probably get some insight that you wouldn't get otherwise. And if it prevents you from doing something as dumb as what this guy did, God bless you. Because bullet dodge. Learn from what the mistakes he made. And if you're not into tarot, don't watch this. This is a tarot channel. It's right in the name. No mysteries here. Okay, back on track. How is Stewart feeling right now? For entertainment purposes only. You've got to be kidding me. Victorious? No, this is the look at me card. He was basically, with his, he's viewing himself as a martyr. And he probably truly believes he is a martyr. He believes he did everything right. I'm sure he's pissed at Trump for not coming to his trial and testifying on his behalf. But he feels like he's a martyr. But he's going to trumpet his support of Trump because he wants that pardon. He wants that pardon big time. And that's his only way out at this point. But right now he feels like he's a martyr, which is why he was screaming he was a political prisoner. He's not, but he'd like to think he is because he needs a crumb of oppression, my lord. Underneath it is the Seven of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. Okay, so what do we got? Again, he's the martyr. Look at me. I'm really the victim here, but I'm the winner, but I'm a victim here. And he's trying to go forward with that message. I think he's really trying to appeal to Donald Trump and the MAGA folks. Maybe if DeSantis gets in, maybe they'll give him a pardon. This is what he's looking for. He wants that he's giving an offering because he wants something back. But he knows what he did. He knows what he was doing was wrong, and he almost got away with it. But he didn't. And now he's hoping for that pardon so he can get away with it. But yeah, he knows what he did was wrong. He's going to say he was fine. He was a patriot, but he knows what he was doing was completely wrong. And now prison is coming. It's going to be a long, long sentence. He's not looking forward to that. And say goodbye. Say goodbye to the lifestyle that you had. Oh, yeah, underneath it all, he's the hero, and I think he's trying to get people who have money to help him out, to bail him out of this. Rich, wealthy, powerful people can help him if they just take the time to listen. Give him the Rittenhouse treatment, I suppose. All right. Well, he's done what he's going to do. What's the near future holding for him? What's his situation? When he's in prison, that's where I want to go with it. Once he's in prison, what's life going to be like for him? Once he's been in there, he's locked up. What's his life going to be like? Because obviously, he was the head of the Oath Keepers, and he was kind of like that nine of coins there. He was a big man. He was a big fish in a small pond, and now he's going to be going to prison. I would imagine, the white supremacist groups will take care of him or something like that. But how is he going to be in there? That dude's going to be in prison until his early 70s. What's prison life going to be like with him? Well, what is that? He's probably going to rely, his legacy is going to help him probably avoid bigger problems in prison. It's going to be my guess. And God, are we actually getting Merrick Garland in here? Somebody's going to be looking out for him. Probably like the warden, or somebody's going to have to, actively keep an eye on this guy so that he doesn't end up face down somewhere. And probably has to keep an eye on this guy so he doesn't become too powerful in prison. In the past, there's that betrayal. Trump didn't stand up for him. The Republican Party didn't stand up for him. He did everything that they wanted him to do, but they didn't stand up and help him when it was needed. Once he's in there, he's going to be really upset. He's going to be pissed. He's going to be really hurt and upset and pissed because, he did all this stuff for them and they did nothing for him. They did a little bit for him, but he's going to focus on the stuff they didn't do for him. It's going to be hard. And he's going to be in prison for a long while. 3 swords down, 1 sword parallel. Yeah, he might qualify for parole after 80% of his sentence done, but that's going to be what his prison behavior is like. Expect that this guy, he may get let out, but he's going to. I don't think he's going to get out at the 80% level. He had 18 years. He might get out after 17. They might spare him the last year, but this was just a bad move on his part. And he's got time to think about what he did, which is going to lead into the next reading, right? You've got time to cool your jets and think about what you did, lest you repeat it, which is what the stained glass in there is, again, that ability to repeat something. Hopefully the sun shines through and he sees the light and the color with the light. Lesson to be learned, he was a tool. He went forward like a naive little person with a knife, and he waved his sword around, and he got burned because he was naive. He didn't know what he was doing. Or he wasn't savvy to what he was doing. He might have been a former a military man, but he wasn't politically savvy. He thought he was, but he was a rookie. Outcome, agreements, deals. I don't know if he signs a book deal. He might, if he has more information, he might start working with the government to get a better situation in his prison life so that things are a little bit easier on him. That's always a possibility. Yeah, could be a book deal, but I think he's going to spill a little bit of tea while he's in there, because he's going to be in there for a while. So what can you do to make life a little bit easier for you? Lesson to be learned: this happened quick. It's not going to be very long between this sentencing and him being brought into custody and starting to serve his term, and he's going to go through some things pretty quickly. And they're going to have to keep an eye on him pretty early on in the process just to make sure he fits in. I'm sure he'll be recruited by certain prison factions. Most likely the white supremacists. It would make the most sense. They would have a lot of overlap in there. Okay. What's the lesson he should be learning while he's in prison? What is the spiritual lesson that Stewart Rhodes has the time, that Four of Swords, time to contemplate, time to meditate? What is he supposed to learn from all this? What's the big message? Because you got a big message. What's he going to do? He's going to teach people how to read? Is he going to understand that he was being used? Is he going to rethink extremist ways of doing things? What's Stewart going to learn? I got nothing to say. Okay. On the higher energy, Stewart maybe rethinks his marriage and his family and the things that are important to him. I'm sure that's not his bunkmate. I'm sorry. Okay, he's gonna be gone for a long time. It's time to think about things. There's Trump. And there's the devil. Okay. Oh, what a burden this is. Okay. Prison love stories aside, he's gonna think about, he's gonna have to think about his the relationships that he chose, the decisions he made, the people he hung out with, the people he made contracts with, lifelong contracts, because people like Donald Trump out there that will use and abuse you, and you tied yourself to this guy. You volunteered to be with this guy, and now your life is pretty much done. You're going from your late 50s, basically your autumn years, to your winter years, and they're going to be spent in prison. And what a horrible choice that was. Horrible, horrible choice. So the lesson he's supposed to learn on this basically is the company that you keep, the friends that you make, the relationships that you have are important. And if you choose narcissistic people who don't give a tinker's cuss about you, then that was your choice. And you had the choice to stop doing that. But you didn't do it, so away you go. Sorry, Stewart. Tough lesson, man. Some of us go to therapy. Some of us try to make good choices. But maybe you thought you were. Who knows? Actually, I think in the end of the day, ego and narcissism took care of you. And you met bigger people with bigger egos and that were bigger narcissists. And now you are in prison. Thank you for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up and a like and all that. Let's keep the prison humor to a minimum. I mean, there's only so much soap that can be dropped in the showers. Okay, thank you, everyone. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.